are going to talk about. You're going to ask me privately, are we going to tank for Caitlin Clark and like that? Like, it's not.
Watching her in college, I said the single best thing that she does that young players don't do is she plays at an incredible pace.
500 points, 200 assists, 22 games. One rookie is rewriting the WNBA record books, and even her toughest critics can't ignore it anymore. Let's talk about how Caitlin Clark just flipped the script on everyone who doubted her. As soon as you think you understand Clark, she surprises you. Just picture yourself starting a game and missing all 8 of your shots. What Clark accomplished next stunned even her harshest detractors, because any rookie would have crumbled under such pressure. Is a future WNBA great about to be born? Caitlin Clark's story is like a never-ending roller coaster. She swings from being left off the Olympic team to setting records. Keep in mind that she was passed over for Team USA by Cheryl Reeve. That snub became sheer motivation for Clark though. She's doing more than just playing the game. She's actually changing the rules. However, even the most famous people have bad days. Lately, Clark got off to a sluggish start, missing her first 8 attempts. A few naysayers could be muttering, maybe she's not all that. Clark though, as if it were insignificant, she simply shrugged it aside. What followed was a result of pure Clark wizardry. She had 23 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds in the game, as if it were a light switch. It's more like shooting into space than simply bouncing back. She seemed to take a glance at the challenge and warn, watch this. The WNBA is a statistically sound league, so let's talk numbers now. Every game, Clark scores 17.9 points and dishes out 8.3 assists. That is just mind-blowing for someone just starting out. Here we are not merely discussing a possible Rookie of the Year, we are discussing a possible MVP candidate. However, things start to get intriguing at this point. Do you recall that Clark was first turned down for the Olympic team by coach Cheryl Reeve? She seems to have changed her tune now. Reeve couldn't help but recognize the rookie's star potential after seeing Clark's influence firsthand.
The 2 greatest things, I know the sexier part is probably the logo 3, but the pace and the passing is what makes her exceptional. Wanted a player or a league that can, sort of transcend some of these spaces. And Clark and some of the other rookies give us that. Obviously, Caitlin, being the headliner.
Clark is gaining the support of the league's most critical critics in addition to winning games. She seems to have channeled her initial self-doubt into an impetus to soar to WNBA superstardom, and now everyone is rushing to get up to speed. However, this isn't merely about seeking personal retribution. Everything in the WNBA is changing because of Clark's ascent. More than merely setting records, she is shattering notions of what a rookie is capable of. With every game, assist, and three-pointer, Clark's uniform represents the future of women's basketball. Contemplate it. When a rookie enters the game, how often does he or she alter the course of events? Not only is Clark drawing crowds, but she is also altering the perception of women's basketball. She has the talent, the numbers, and now the league is watching. If Clark wants to change the game, she needs to change people's thinking. Now even her harshest detractor is rooting for her success.
You're going to talk about. You're going to ask me privately, are we going to tank for Caitlin Clark and like that? Like, it's not.
Well, I wish one was playing for us. Either one. I would take either one.
Caitlin Clark, what did you do to make Cheryl Reeve backtrack on her statement? Do you recall that Cheryl Reeve was very keen on minimizing the buzz about Caitlin Clark? Get ready for a crazy ride because everything have gone haywire. Clark can sink a three-pointer more quickly than Reeve has converted from skeptic to super supporter. So, what caused the abrupt shift in opinion? Now let's go back in time a little. Initially, Reeve was on Clark's side. Actually, she made her displeasure with the rookie's sudden spotlight quite clear. It seemed as though Clark was taking the limelight away from the other league members. However, Reeve's attitude changed drastically after an incident. Reeve could no longer ignore what was clearly evident after seeing Clark's incredible performance on the court. She made it clear. Everybody knows that the reason why our teams around the league are having sellouts are because Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are coming to town. That's an outright recommendation, not only a compliment. However, Clark's athleticism is only one factor. It's possible that the entire WNBA might benefit from Reeve's attitude shift. Contemplate it. What does the league as a whole take away from an endorsement from a difficult coach like Reeve? This has progressed beyond a single player. It concerns the way the WNBA evaluates up-and-coming players. Not only is Clark shattering records, she is also destroying barriers. Her impact is causing women's basketball to reevaluate its potential. Recognizing Clark's influence on ticket sales wasn't Reeve's last move. All told, she declared, "The league has been building for a watershed moment and we're here." The magnitude of that is immense. As if to imply that Clark is more than simply an exceptional player, she revolutionizes the entire sport. Reeve makes this claim. What therefore is the significance of Reeve's compliment? It is easy. When a WNBA veteran tells you that you're exceptional, you know you're on the right track. Coach Reeve is no ordinary guy. Everybody knows her as a legend. Her statements are significant. However, things start to get intriguing at this point. Clark isn't the only one who has influenced Reeve's decision. She has also identified a driving factor in the WNBA's transformation. Not only is Clark drawing crowds, but she is also altering the perception of women's basketball. Not even the most vehement detractors can deny that. The potential domino effect of this is worth considering. How many more people might Clark sway if she succeeds in wooing Reeve? Is the new age of women's basketball going to attract more coaches and players? Everyone is rushing to catch up now that Clark has seemingly unleashed the floodgates. Still, we must not rush things. The WNBA isn't easy, and Clark is just a rookie. Is she able to sustain this progress? Will her opponents step up to the plate? These are the kinds of things that have everyone, players, coaches, and fans hanging on every word. This new era, though, is about more than the abilities of any one player. Imagine for a second a world where 19,000 people show out to watch a WNBA regular season game. It's a game changer, not merely a number. Is Clark the only one who is changing the rules of women's basketballs? With more than 19,000 enthusiastic spectators, the Target Center was a hive of activity. There was a show here, not merely a game. Also, where does it all revolve? The name is Caitlin Clark, the inexperienced player who is changing our perception of the whole WNBA while also turning heads as a basketball player. Contemplate it. On average, the Minnesota Lynx attract about 7,000 spectators to each game. However, that figure nearly tripled once Clark arrived. She makes every game an unforgettable spectacle, as if she possesses some mystical power. The influence became too much for Cheryl Reeve, who had previously doubted the Clark hooper.
She became a roadshow. And I don't know that, and I don't want to slight anybody in college, but I don't. Caitlin Clark and some of the other rookies give us that. Obviously, Caitlin, being the headliner.
She bluntly stated, "Everybody knows that the reason why our teams around the league are having sellouts are because Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are coming to town." That goes beyond compliments. It acknowledges that Clark is revolutionizing the industry. However, things start to get intriguing at this point. Even Clark's Indiana Fever aren't league leaders. Sitting at 13-16, they are. Who cares then? Why are so many people going to watch a team that has no winning record? It is easy. Clark is a phenomenon, not only a player. She had the extraordinary talent of turning each game into a spectacular spectacle. Clark captivates viewers with her incredible skills, whether it's making seemingly impossible threes or throwing out assists that leave spectators in awe. What takes place off the court is just as important. All over the WNBA, Clark is making an impression. The league is seeing a revitalization thanks to the heightened interest from the media, the constant chatter on social media during games, and the general excitement among fans. Even basketball greats like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson have been compared to Clark's impact by some. The NBA was made into a global powerhouse by these guys. They did more than just play basketball. Maybe Clark is taking on a similar role with the WNBA. There are indications, customers who are ready to buy, audience size has never been higher, someone who is just starting out but is already making a name for themselves. More than just a ticket seller, Clark is influencing public perception of women's basketball. However, let's briefly apply the brakes. The WNBA isn't easy, and Clark is just a rookie. Is it possible for her to maintain this speed? Will her star power inspire the other players to do the same? Questions like these keep everyone, players, coaches, and fans, on the edge of their seats. The Women's National Basketball Association is sure to have a thrilling season. We may be seeing the beginning of a golden age in women's basketball, what with Clark at the helm and everyone from the most ardent detractors praising her. Consider the domino effect. What does it mean for the playoffs if Clark can get 19,000 fans to a regular season game during tournaments with the league as a whole in mind? Now it's about more than simply Clark. It's all about her. A fresh start for women's basketball. A moment when the Women's National Basketball Association is the spotlight, not a footnote. This is the kind of league where every game is exciting and every player has star potential. The real kicker, though, is that Clark's achievement benefits more than just herself in the WNBA. The sport of basketball benefits from it overall. It's demonstrating that superb basketball is superb basketball, irrespective of gender, and motivating a new generation of players.